Welcome to Deep Into Finance family. We appreciate you being here with us. Give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Share with your friends and family and stay up to date to our future videos. The Great Reset is a proposed initiative that seeks to reshape the global economy and society in the wake of the pandemic. It was first introduced by the World Economic Forum (WEF) in May 2020. As a response to the challenges posed by the pandemic and the need to address issues such as climate change, inequality, and the digital divide. In this article, we will explore how the Great Reset is going to happen and what its implications might be. The Great Reset is a concept that has generated a lot of controversy and debate. Some see it as a necessary response to the challenges of the 21st century, while others view it as a power grab by a small elite seeking to consolidate their control over the global economy and society. Regardless of where one stands on the issue, there is no denying that the Great Reset has the potential to shape the future of the world. The Great Reset is built around three core pillars: economic, social, and environmental. These pillars are interconnected and reflect the need for a comprehensive and coordinated response to the challenges of the 21st century. Let's take a closer look at each of these pillars and how they will be addressed in the Great Reset. Economic pillar. The economic pillar of the Great Reset seeks to create a more sustainable and inclusive economic system. This includes addressing issues such as income inequality, poverty, and job insecurity, as well as promoting sustainable economic growth and investment in new technologies. To achieve these goals, the Great Reset proposes a range of policy interventions, including investing in green infrastructure and renewable energy, reducing carbon emissions and promoting sustainable development, implementing progressive tax policies and redistributing wealth, expanding access to education and training programs, investing in new technologies, such as artificial intelligence and automation. The economic pillar of the Great Reset will require significant investment and coordination between governments, businesses, and civil society. It will also require a shift in mindset, from a focus on short-term profits to a long-term vision of sustainable economic growth. Social pillar. The social pillar of the Great Reset seeks to create a more equitable and inclusive society. This includes addressing issues such as healthcare, education, and social justice, as well as promoting diversity and inclusion. To achieve these goals, the Great Reset proposes a range of policy interventions, including expanding access to healthcare and education, addressing systemic racism and discrimination, promoting gender equality and LGBTQ rights, investing in social infrastructure, such as affordable housing and public transportation, encouraging civic engagement and democratic participation. The social pillar of the Great Reset will require significant investment in social programs and infrastructure. It will also require a shift in mindset, from a focus on individualism to a collective vision of social progress. Environmental pillar. The environmental pillar of the Great Reset seeks to address the urgent threat of climate change and promote sustainable development. This includes reducing greenhouse gas emissions, protecting biodiversity, and promoting sustainable agriculture. To achieve these goals, the Great Reset proposes a range of policy interventions, including investing in green infrastructure and renewable energy, reducing carbon emissions and promoting sustainable development, protecting biodiversity and preserving ecosystems, promoting sustainable agriculture and reducing food waste, encouraging sustainable consumption and production patterns. The environmental pillar of the Great Reset will require significant investment in green infrastructure and renewable energy. It will also require a shift in mindset, from a focus on economic growth at any cost to a vision of sustainable development that prioritizes the health of the planet. Implications of the Great Reset. The Great Reset has the potential to reshape the global economy and society in significant ways. If successful, it could lead to a more sustainable and inclusive world, with greater opportunities for economic growth, social progress, and environmental sustainability. However, there are also concerns about the potential downsides of the Great Reset. Some worry that it could lead to a consolidation of power among a small elite, or that it could lead to increased government intervention in the economy and society. There are also concerns about the potential impact on jobs and economic growth, particularly in sectors that are heavily reliant on fossil fuels or other unsustainable practices. To address these concerns, proponents of the Great Reset argue that it is necessary to take bold action to address the challenges of the 21st century. They point to the growing threat of climate change, rising inequality, and the need for new technologies to drive economic growth as evidence of the urgent need for change. They also argue that the Great Reset is not a top-down initiative imposed by a small elite, but rather a bottom-up movement that is driven by a broad coalition of stakeholders from across society. Regardless of where one stands on the issue, there is no doubt that the Great Reset is a complex and multifaceted initiative that will require significant investment, coordination, and cooperation to achieve its goals. It will also require a shift in mindset, from a focus on short-term gains to a long-term vision of sustainable development. Whether or not the Great Reset will be successful remains to be seen, but it is clear that the challenges it seeks to address are urgent and pressing, and that bold action is needed to address them. The pandemic has highlighted the need for a coordinated global response to challenges such as public health, economic recovery, and social inequality. The Great Reset seeks to build on this momentum and create a more sustainable and equitable world for future generations. One of the key challenges facing the Great Reset is the need for buy-in from governments, businesses, and civil society. While some governments and businesses have already expressed support for the initiative, others are skeptical or outright opposed. Similarly, while some civil society organizations have embraced the Great Reset as an opportunity for change, others are critical of the initiative and its potential implications. To build support for the Great Reset, advocates are emphasizing the need for collective action and shared responsibility. They argue that the challenges of the 21st century are too big for any one government or organization to solve alone, and that a coordinated and cooperative approach is necessary. They are also highlighting the potential benefits of the Great Reset, such as increased economic growth, improved public health, and a more sustainable and equitable world. The Great Reset is a bold and ambitious initiative that seeks to reshape the global economy and society in response to the challenges of the 21st century. While it is not without its critics and challenges, it has the potential to create a more sustainable, inclusive, and equitable world for future generations. The success of the Great Reset will depend on the willingness of governments, businesses, and civil society to work together and embrace a long-term vision of sustainable development.